Officials in eastern Libya say thousands of people are feared dead after a Mediterranean storm called Daniel caused catastrophic flooding. The floods swept away entire neighbourhoods in a number of coastal towns. The destruction appeared greatest in the city of Derna, where the heavy rains caused 2 dams to collapse.
Whole neighbourhoods submerged by water. Residents in this area of eastern Libya come face to face with the devastation caused by the storm. Some buildings were swept away entirely by the force of wind and rain. The region's armed forces were deployed to assess the damage.
3 bridges collapsed completely. Water spread into the neighbourhoods. There were entire neighbourhoods that were swept into the sea along with their residents.
Drone footage shows the scale of the flooding in rural areas. Vast swathes of farmland are now underwater. Huge areas of crops ruined overnight. Aid convoys make their way through gushing waters in the coastal city of Derna to reach residents stranded by the storm. The area has been declared a disaster zone, and the Libyan Presidential Council is appealing for international help. And as efforts to start clearing up after the storm begin, the search continues here for the thousands of people still missing.
Tamer Ramadan is the head of the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies delegation in Libya and joins us from Tunis. Thanks for joining us on DW. So the images we're seeing look pretty catastrophic and devastating. Tell us what's the latest on the situation in the affected area.
Yeah, thank you for giving this opportunity to shed the light on the situation, which is really catastrophic, as you rightly said. The humanitarian needs are huge, and they are beyond the abilities and capabilities of the government and the local NGOs as well. Thousands of people lost their lives and stranded and internally displaced in Libya, in the 5 affected cities. Our teams on the ground are working around the clock to support the affected population. However, the needs are huge, as I mentioned, and the equipment and tools are not there to assist us to provide the best assistance to these vulnerable people. And thus we are calling upon the international community to refocus again on Libya and to give the support needed to the humanitarian needs in this country.
Tell us a little bit more about those rescue efforts and the challenges that you face in getting to the affected area and to the affected people. Yeah,
actually, we are working in Libya through our partner, which is the Libyan Red Crescent and their rescue teams. Those were trained previously by IFRC. The teams are there on the ground because they are local teams from the affected cities, but they were reinforced by other teams coming from the HQ in Benghazi. They are providing the first aid and evacuation services together with the psychosocial support and restoring family links to the affected people. However, now the challenges are huge. The access, as you can see from the photo, is very much undermined. So access to the affected areas is not easy. Also, the collapse of the health facilities is a big challenge, that there is no access to basic health services in the affected cities. Communication is another big challenge because electricity is cut, internet is cut, and accordingly the mobile networks are not working properly. We, for long hours, lose communication with our teams on the ground. So these are, and shelters, of course, because thousands of people are now lost their homes and they are without shelter. There are huge needs for tents and shelter management, food and non-food items, and last but not least, dead body management, because this hurricane left a lot of people who lost their lives, and their bodies has to be dealt with in a dignified manner. So the body bags and all the expertise in dead body management is really a big challenge as well.
Yeah, really heartbreaking stuff. All the best now in those rescue efforts. Tamara Ramdan from the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies joining us from Tunis today. Thanks.
Thank you very much.